Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's official channel, the heart where royalty meets raw emotion, and every moment tells a story Dubai never forgets. Today, you are about to witness something that will leave your soul trembling with admiration and awe. This isn't just another royal tale, it's a journey that unravels the depth of a man whose heart beats louder than his throne, whose silence speaks louder than his titles, and whose emotions rise higher than the tallest towers of Dubai. It began on an evening painted in gold, the kind of sunset only the deserts of Arabia could create, fiery, fierce, and beautiful. Sheikh Hamdan stood on the balcony of his palace, gazing into the fading sun as though he were searching for something the world couldn't see. His words that night weren't planned, nor rehearsed. They poured straight from the heart, unfiltered, unguarded, and unbelievably real. In a world where power often hides vulnerability, Sheikh Hamdan did the unthinkable, he showed his. The cameras captured him not as a ruler, but as a poet torn between duty and desire. His voice quivered as he spoke of time, of people he missed, of promises that fate couldn't keep. The palace around him felt less like a fortress and more like a diary written in gold and tears. His words echoed not only across Dubai but across the hearts of millions who have ever loved, lost, or hoped again. He said, "The world thinks I have everything, but sometimes the things I want the most can't be owned, they must be felt." Those words pierced through the illusion of perfection that follows every royal step. It wasn't a statement. It was a confession. A whisper from a prince who wasn't afraid to let the world know that even thrones can't guard a heart that remembers. As his emotions deepened, the people watching online went silent. The city that never stops glittering seemed to pause. Sheikh Hamdan wasn't just speaking to his audience, he was speaking to every broken dream that still dared to believe. His tone was steady, yet soft, like poetry soaked in truth. This was Fazza, not as a ruler of Dubai, but as a man who feels, who remembers, and who still believes in the purity of love. Behind the camera, his loyal companions were stunned. They had never seen him this raw, this vulnerable, this human. He spoke of loyalty, of betrayal, of moments when silence spoke louder than any word he could write. His poetic heart spilled emotions that no crown could hide. People later said that his eyes glistened like the sea under the moon, deep, calm, but endless in mystery. The clip spread like wildfire. Within hours, it became more than a video, it became a revelation. Sheikh Hamdan's emotional words touched millions, reminding the world that real strength lies not in hiding pain but in embracing it. Every sentence he spoke carried the weight of unspoken stories, the kind that never make it to headlines but live forever in whispers and verses. As night deepened, he returned to his horse stables, where his truest peace lives. The animals greeted him gently, sensing his mood. He placed a hand on his horse's mane and murmured a line from his poem, "Even the wind knows when a heart breaks." There was silence again, but this time it was sacred. The kind of silence that heals. The kind of silence that only someone like Fazza could create. Those who know Sheikh Hamdan well say that when he writes, he isn't seeking attention, he's seeking truth. His poetry is not about fame but feeling, not about pride but purpose. What he did this time wasn't just another royal appearance, it was a declaration of humanity. He reminded everyone that emotions aren't weakness, they're the purest form of courage. The next morning, Dubai awoke to a new kind of sunrise. Not one of golden towers and glittering cars, but one of reflection. People replayed his words again and again, searching for the parts that mirrored their own pain. The video became more than viral, it became healing. It carried a softness that even the desert winds seemed to hum. Fazza's emotional words that night reshaped what it meant to be royal. He showed the world couldn't stop talking about it. Within days, Sheikh Hamdan's emotional video became the pulse of every conversation, from glittering skyscrapers to quiet cafes overlooking the marina. His words were translated, reposted, and written into captions across continents.
Yet, no translation could fully capture the trembling in his voice or the ache behind his smile. For once, the prince wasn't just the face of Dubai, he became the heart of it. People said they felt something ancient awaken, something that reminded them that love, no matter how long it sleeps, never truly dies. Among the millions who watched, there were those who knew exactly who he was speaking about. The ones who remembered the woman once whispered in poems, hidden between metaphors, never named but always known, the muse behind Fazza's silences. They said his eyes told a story of loss that not even time dared to erase. For every line he spoke, there was a memory burning quietly beneath. Dubai became a city of questions. Who was she? Where did she go? And what did those tears mean? Sheikh Hamdan didn't answer, because sometimes the beauty lies in the mystery itself. Behind palace walls, his closest friends watched him with quiet pride. They saw the man beneath the robes, reflective, gentle, and stronger than ever. He spent the following evenings by the sea, where the moonlight kissed the waves and the wind carried whispers of inspiration. There, he wrote again, not for fame, not for headlines, but for peace. Each verse was a step closer to acceptance, a healing stitched in words. He wrote about love not as something lost, but as something that transforms, something that teaches the soul how to bloom again after breaking. In one unseen moment, he placed his notebook beside him and looked toward the horizon where the water met the stars. He smiled faintly, the kind of smile that carries both pain and peace. A friend who stood nearby heard him whisper softly, "Sometimes, Allah breaks your heart to rebuild it into something stronger." Those words never made it into the video, yet they became the essence of who Fazza truly was. A man who turned pain into prayer, who transformed emotion into strength. As the week went on, royal advisors urged him to move past the emotional storm and return to his regular engagements, but Sheikh Hamdan had already found a new direction. He started using his platform to speak about mental peace, the power of expressing feelings, and the importance of staying human amid success. It wasn't a speech, it was a calling. People who once saw him as unreachable now saw him as relatable. His sincerity melted the distance between crown and crowd. His humanity became his most powerful crown. So when you think of Fazza, don't just see the royal image on the screen. See the poet who kneels beside